Good morning. I am PL Subramanian, Chartered Accountant. I am going to discuss tax collected at source on sale proceeds exceeding 50 lakhs in a calendar year. But this year it is applicable from 1st October 2020, and moreover, if already received so whatever received from 1st April to 30th October, September 30th September also to be taken into consideration. What is the meaning of that? If you the assessee has already received 45 lakhs up to 30th September, he receives 10 lakhs in October, then he has to deduct tax, collect tax on 5 lakh rupees. 45 plus 10, 55 minus 50 on that 50 tax 5 lakhs he has to deduct the tax at source. Just I will share the PPT, then we will continue with the discussions. Okay. Tax collected at source on receipt of sale consideration exceeding 50 lakhs in a year. Section 206 1H. You can take my contact details. If you require any clarification and all that, you can call me, or you can write to my email ID as such. Just I will give some time to take the information. Now we will go to the subject. Before going to that, I will like to introduce one Tirukkural. Tirukkural is the book written by Thiruvalluvar 2000 years back in Tamil Nadu, and it is one of the best book on virtues and wealth and love and all that. I think no other book will come nearer to that. Whatever we study in management and all that, everything is covered in the second wealth portion of that. So that is the thing, but I will be reading it in Tamil, then I will give the translation in English also. எண்ணி துணித கருமம் துணிந்தவன் எண்ணுவம் என்பது இழுக்கு. பொருள் செய்ய தகுந்த செயலையும் வழிகளையும் எண்ணிய பிறகே துணிந்து தொடங்க வேண்டும். துணிந்த பின் எண்ணி பார்க்கலாம் என்பது குற்றமாகும். Then the number of the that it is 467. அதிகாரம் chapter தெரிந்து செயல் வகை. How to do something, that is the meaning of தெரிந்து செயல் வகை. So that chapter heading itself gives very importance for doing something after considering many other things. That in English we can say that consider then undertake a matter. After having undertaken to it, to say we will consider it wholly. So first we have to plan it. That is the thing, management we study that that we have to plan it, then we have to start that. And that we should not say that we will start the whatever that we are planning, and after that we will plan how to do it and all that. First we have to plan it, then we have to start whatever activity we want to do that. In English, action should follow analytic decision resulting from deep deliberations. So to postpone consideration until after commencing action disgraceful. So after commencing the action, you should not consider how you are going to do it and all that. First you have to consider, then you have to choose the best option, then you have to go for that. Every plan of action should follow a well considered decision made after examining aspects of the problem, analyzing possible solutions, and finally arriving at the best solution possible under circumstances. So you have to consider the solutions, then you have to take the best solution, then you should follow that. See, Tirukkural is having 1330 couplets or poems. You might be, some of you might be surprised, many of you might be knowing that, but it has only 7 words in a couplet. So what is that? What is there in the first 2 lines? That is a couplet. Like that, 1330 couplets are there. 133 chapters are there. It talks about on virtue, wealth and love also. So you cannot compare this book with Machiavelli's Prince or Chanakya's Arthashastra. That they talk about the politics and all that, more of that. But it talks about king and all that. Say whatever it tells about the minister to the king, now it is applicable to our ministers. Previously they were advising the king. Now the ministers are ruling. How to rule, that is also given. So I request all the persons who are not knowing Tamil, not Tamil is not mother tongue. You can download or you can buy a book in English or in your mother tongue. I will recommend that you have the Tirukkural in your mother tongue, then you will enjoy it reading that book, and you will benefit a lot. Or you can go to the internet and you can then now and then you can download some of the things and you can read it. Now we will go to the subject. Before that, my introduction, I am a chartered accountant. I got nearly 30 years, more than 30 years experience in banking, in corporate, and Big Four like Deloitte, KPMG, and Grant Thornton also. And this is the book that I have written 3 books on GST, and this is one of the book. Even though it is called GST Ready Reckoner, it contains all the aspects of that, and it might be running into 1500 pages and all that. Another one, I am happy to tell you that Service Tax Ready Reckoner has come 28th edition in 2017. After the introduction of the GST, we have not brought the new edition of that. We may bring out whenever after a year or something like that if it is required. Then I have published direct taxes also, capital gain tax, TDS, and tax audit, limited liability partnership, like that, and indirect tax. Totally I have published 20 books and all that. I normally take sessions for chartered accountant and corporate. I conduct programs for corporate executives and MBA students also. I take the classes, and CA students also. Whenever opportunity comes, I take them. Now we will go to the subject. Finance Act 2020 has introduced section 206 1H. Tax has to be collected on sale consideration received exceeding 50 lakhs during the financial year. Tax has to be collected from the amount exceeding 50 lakh only. So up to 50 lakhs, you need not deduct it. When it exceeds, you have to deduct, collect the tax. Okay. This provision is applicable from 1st October. Who has to collect tax at source? Seller whose total sales, cross receipts or turnover from business carried on by him exceed 10 crores during the financial immediately preceding the financial year in which sale of goods is carried out. If last financial year, if it exceeds 10 crore turnover or cross receipts, then he has to deduct it. Somebody got a turnover of 9 crore 50 lakhs, he need not collect the tax. I am sorry, I am using the word deduct. He need not collect the tax under 206 C1H as such. So immediately preceding year, we have to take into consideration, and exceeding 10. So whether we will have a problem of somebody is having exactly 10 crore, most probably not possible. Okay. To be collected from the buyer. Buyer means a person who purchases any goods but does not include central government, state government, or embassy, high commission, commission, consulate, and trade representation of a foreign state, and local authority as defined in municipality, panchayat, etc. That is 2. Then, see, a person importing goods into India or any other person as central government may, by notification in the official gazette, specified for this purpose, subject to such conditions as may be specified therein. Then, receipt of any amount as consideration for sale of goods, any goods of the value other than goods being exported out of India. So, whatever that exports takes place, the exporter gets the sale consideration, he need not deduct it on that. That is the thing we have to remember it. Goods covered in subsection 1 or subsection 2, 1F or subsection 1G. Now we will see one by one what are the things covered. So what are the already covered under subsection 1, 1F, 1G, not to be collected tax under 206 C1H. Subsection 1 covers various goods attracting TCS provision. That we will see this section. What are the goods that? Subsection 1F covers sale of motor car for value exceeding 10 lakhs. If motor car is sold to a consumer, the buyer, for more than 10 lakhs, already TCS is there. So that is not to be taken. If he purchases 6 cars, then it will go to more than 50 lakhs. Then we need not collect tax under section 206 1H. Then subsection covers remittance of amount under liberalized remittance scheme. So liberalized remittance scheme, on that TCS has been introduced and we need not collect it. Now under this 206 C1H, then provision of this subsection shall not apply if the buyer is liable to deduct tax at source under any other provision of this act on the goods purchased by him from the seller and has deducted such amount. See, actually, this provision is not for collecting more tax. This is for eradicating the evasion of income. So, already it is TDS has been deducted. Once again, deducting some small amount, reporting to the government. What is the use? So, if TDS is applicable for any payment, then this TCS. What I mean by this TCS, that is 206 C1H is not applicable. Now, this TCS applicable to sale consideration of goods only, not applicable to services. Somebody has given a service of 60 lakhs, he has received 60 lakhs. When he receives 60 lakhs, he need not deduct tax, collect tax at source for 10 lakhs because it covers only goods. Then, as it is applicable to goods only, not applicable to sale consideration of immovable property. So it is very simple. I need not tell, but even then, for some of the persons who are saying that, they may have a doubt whether it is applicable to sale of immovable property, because most of the time, many times it will be more than 50 lakhs. Whether it is to be, no, it is not applicable because it is applicable to sale consideration of goods only. Immovable property is not the goods, so it is not applicable. And then goods covered under subsection 1, that is 206 C subsection 1. Once again, I am giving that no TCS is applicable on receipt of sale consideration of the following goods. That is why, because here we have referred to subsection 1, but that list I didn't give there itself because I thought I will, in the end I will give it. So that is why I written no TCS is applicable on receipt of goods sale consideration of the following goods. Alcoholic liquor for human consumption. I think in foreign countries they consume more alcoholic, but in India, compared to that, the consumption might be less, but we discuss more about alcoholic in all that. Okay. Then tender leaves, timber obtained under forest lease, timber obtained by any mode other than under a forest lease, any other forest produce not being timber and tender leaves, scrap, minerals being coal or lignite or iron ore. I would like to give one information. Scrap on that TCS to be deducted under section 206 C1, but many companies are not deducting, it appears. That is one. Another one, when they sell the old furniture and all that, that also they are deducting. The scrap means it is a manufacturing, at the time manufacturing whatever the scrap, and they sell it, some rules. I am not going to discuss that today as such. Threshold limit, receipt aggregate of value exceeding 50 lakhs in any previous year is covered. Up to 6th October 2000, example, sale consideration including GST received is 47 lakhs. On 7th October 2020, sale consideration received is 6 lakhs. TCS to be collected on 47 plus 6, 53 minus 50 on 3 lakhs. That 47 plus 6 minus 50, that is on 3 lakhs only to be collected. 50 lakh is not one-time receipt. It is an aggregate of the receipt throughout the year. So it is not that if a person buys for more than 50 lakhs and he pays and we no. He is buying 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, or like that. Then it reaches more than 50 lakhs. Then also it is to be. So it is not one-time receipt. It is the aggregate of receipt throughout that. Not only here we have to make it. It is not regarding one-time sale. It is regarding many sales and receipts. That is the thing. 50 lakh refer to the receipt only by one seller only. So 10 crore is applicable for the seller. As far as the buyer, when the seller has to collect from the buyer, it is one buyer only it refers. Okay. What is covered from 1st October 20 to March 21? This TCS applies only in cases where receipt of sale consideration exceeds 50 lakhs in a financial year. As a threshold limit is based on the yearly receipt, it may be noted that only for the purpose of calculation of threshold of 50 lakh, the receipt from beginning of the financial year from 1st April 2000 shall be taken into account. For example, a seller who has received 1 crore before 1st October 2020 from a particular buyer receives 5 lakh after 1st October 20 would be required to collect tax on 5 lakh only, not on 55 lakhs, because 1.05 minus 50 lakhs threshold by including the amount received before October. So the seller has to collect tax on receipt of 5 lakh after October, because the receipt from April to that is 1 lakh exceeded the specified threshold limit. I will take it 1 minute. I want to make one announcement. I have planned to conduct training course for goods and service tax practitioners exam. Persons who are not interested to write the exam also can attend this course to learn GST thoroughly and handle GST comfortably as consultant or manager of an organization. So this is not exam oriented. It is exam oriented, but it is not that I will be teaching only MCQ and all that, because that I will be teaching that what is required for managers working in corporates, as well as chartered accountant, company secretary, or company secretary, chartered accountant, cost accountant, and others who are working as a consulting. They also will learn perfectly. But only thing that MCQ also I will teach how I will use the MCQ to revise the chapter. For example, I have taken a chapter on the earlier day. The beginning of the next day, most probably 10 to 15 minutes for some MCQ, that is to revise the previous days whatever I have taken it. So it is exam oriented, but it is not only for exam. If a person attends, he will be able to handle GST comfortably. For example, if he uses depends upon whether he is accounts manager or senior manager or in charge of the finance accounts department, or depends. If he uses X number of hours in a week, most probably after attending this course, he can use 50% of the X hours is enough. Likewise, consultant will know to handle it independently without anybody's help to some extent. Say, sometime what happened when critical issues are there, even the advocates who are appearing in the High Court, they may refer to somebody. So what I mean that they will be able to handle it comfortably. But if it is very complicated issue and all that, they have to refer to that. That also they can understand by attending that. But to take opinion and all that, that will be very rarely they will be required to consult any other person. Nowadays, what happened? The consultants are asking in WhatsApp, what is the date for filing this return? There is 20 lakhs commercial, my client has received getting 20 lakhs per year in commercial rent, and other things he is having, whether RCM is applicable. They will be able to know whether RCM is applicable for rent and all that. So they will be able to handle independently to very great extent. Expected to start this course in second fortnight of October. Duration 50 plus 5 hours. What is 55 hours? 50 hours minimum I will be taking the class. If the exam is not going to be in December or January 2021, December 20 or January 21, most probably for exam, I will revise it by minimum 5 hours. Need not be of 5 hours. Depending upon that, it might be more also that. Then my brochure is given in the link in the description in this video itself. You can see that. You can take the note of my email ID, telephone number, and you can contact me that you can to know more information about that. What is the rigor requirement? Whether my class will fulfill. So all that you have the right. You can take it. I will give a few 10-15 seconds. Then YouTube, if you go and put it PL Subramanian, now it's till now I have put only on GST, but now I will be putting on income tax also. That anything, everything will be in a playlist. You can see that. You have to put it in YouTube PL Subramanian. That is my small letter. It will do. I will give you 10 seconds to write the telephone number and email ID and YouTube ID also. Once again, I will display it, the contact detail in the end. Okay. Rate of TCS. It is 0.1%. If the amount exceeding 5 lakh in a year is 50 lakhs is in a year is 5 lakhs, then 500 has to be collected at the time of receipt of 5 lakhs. Okay, this is a thing, 0.1. But up to 31/3/2021, TCS rate applicable is 0.075. That is 0.1 into 75%. This reduction is due to COVID-19. This reduction has been given for all the TDS and all that except all that. That is one. But one thing you have to understand that this is not at all reduction in your tax. Only thing that because TDS is less or TCS is less, you have to pay more tax. Advance tax payer, advance tax they have to make, or they have to for self-assessment they have to pay more and all that. So we can say that it is postponement of payment to the government, a small amount, 1/4 of the TDS and TCS as such. Here we have, as far as our topic is concerned, it is 0.075. That is a thing you have to take into consideration. Then PAN or Aadhaar not submitted. The buyer has not provided the permanent account number or Aadhaar number to the seller, then rate shall be 1%. I don't think that the persons who are having paying more than 50 lakhs as sale consideration, they will not have PAN or Aadhaar number. Definitely they will have it, but this is a law. We have to understand that. Buyer will credit will get the credit for tax collected at source amount. He can utilize for paying income tax, or if unable to utilize, he can get refund. Okay. Then payment to be made on or before 7th of the succeeding month. Return to be filed before return quarterly return. That you ignore that. You have to file quarterly return like income tax. So for example, October 7th November, November 7th December. So next month 7th, before that you have to make a payment. Quarterly TCS return has to be filed. Form 27 EQ, the due date for filing return 5th July, 15th October, 15th October, 15th May. After considering all issues, how to handle it, such as changing the accounting software, etc., it is better to include TCS as last item in the invoice itself in order to avoid time-consuming procedures in receiving the TCS. Otherwise, what happens? Whenever he is making payment, we have to take into consideration each time and all that. If possible, you can do that, but you have to consider all your issues there. It is very important that seller and buyer has to account TCS amount in their account properly. So it is not their sale consideration or purchase consideration that they have to take into consideration. Buyer can send information to all buyers whose purchases and payment may exceed 50 lakh regarding tax collected at source provision. Now we will go to the clarification given by the department. please refer to circular 17 of 2020, 29 September 20, and press release 30th September 20. That each one, what are the, I have extracted some of the things which are required. Okay, but each slide I will allow you to read. Then we will discuss. I will discuss it afterwards. I will give some seconds depending upon the how many, what is that particular slide contains. So you please read it. I am not going to read in the beginning. Okay. Now this is the that what it says, that whatever you have received up to that 30th September, you to be excluded, but for total 50 lakhs, that is to be taken into consideration, and whatever sale took place before 30th September, you have to take into consideration, and that you receive it in the month of October, then also you have to deduct it. That is the meaning of this. And here about the advance, I think in section is silent, but here including advance received for sale. So you are receiving advance for sale to be carried out. Then on that also you have to collect the tax. Otherwise, if you are not going to collect it, and finally you are not going to receive it. So including advance received for sale is given in the circular. It is not my wording. Just I highlighted by putting it in red color as such. Okay. That first after 1st October, it is not 15D, that is 1st October. There is some mistake in typing, that the last two, that after 1st October, then even the sale was carried out before 1st October, like that you have to read it. Okay, now what it says, that say whatever we have received, same thing, whatever you have received up to 30th September, that also you have to take into consideration. If it is already 50 lakhs is already reached before the 30th September, then whatever you are going to receive it in 1st October onwards for sale consideration, you have to take it, you have to collect the tax at source. It talks about IF, that is subsection section 206 CIF. In that, if the motor car value is above 10 lakhs, TCS to be collected. So in that, on that, we need not collect TCS under section 206 C1H. That is new one, you need not. But if he has the car dealer has sold less than up to 10 lakhs worth of cars, and the one person has purchased say 9 lakhs worth of car, 6 cars he has sold. What is the amount? 54 lakhs. So he has to collect on 4 lakhs. So that is the meaning of that. So if they have more than the 10 lakhs worth car, he will be collecting under 1 F. Then it will not need not collect under 1 H. That is the meaning of this. Hence, in the order to remove the difficulty is clarified that receipt of sale consideration from a dealer would be subjected to TCS under the section of the Act. If such sale are not subjected to TCS under subsection 1 or F of the section. Same thing I told you. Once again, I will tell you that one person sells cars for 15 lakhs, 6 cars is taken over by the company. 6 into 15, 90 lakhs. He need not deduct tax under the new provision for 40 lakhs. On the other hand, another company purchases 7 cars for 8 lakhs each, 56 lakhs. Then 6 lakhs, the TCS to be collected under section 206C1H. That is the meaning of that. Okay. In case of sale to consumer, receipt of sale consideration on sale of motor vehicle of the value of 10 lakhs or less to a buyer would be subjected to TCS under section 206 of that. If the receipt of the sale consideration for such vehicles during the previous year exceed 50 lakh during the previous year. Same thing I already explained to you. So same thing is, what is that? If it is more than no, value of exceeding 10 lakhs would not be subject to TCS under section 1H of subsection 1H of section 206C. That means new provision is not applicable if it is more than 10 lakhs and already whether he has tax will be collected under 1H only, not under 1F only, not under 1H. It is very important thing. It is requested to clarify that whether adjustment is required to be made for sales return, discount or indirect taxes including GST for the purpose of collection of tax under subsection 1H of section of the Act. It is hereby clarified that no adjustment on account of sale, return or discount or indirect taxes including GST is required to be made for collection of the tax under subsection 1H of section 206C of Act, since the collection is made with reference to receipt of amount of sale consideration. So it is a clarification is given. To understand the clarification is very difficult, but we can understand that. We have to understand like this: GST. See, the car value is 48 lakhs. Okay, with the tag GST, it comes to 53.76 lakhs. For example, the calculation might be some might be that just I am doing it 48 plus 5.76 or something like that, then it will be 53 and odd. Then it is to be deducted on 3 lakhs and odd. That is exceeding 50 lakhs. That is the meaning of that. Likewise, sales return and all that not to be considered according to that. You have to be careful about it. Now, fuel supplied to non-resident airlines. It is, you can read it just. Okay, it says that the clarification says that 1H of subsection 1H of 206 shall not apply on fuel supplied to non-resident airlines at airports in India. To remove difficulties, provided that provisions of Section Act shall not apply on the sale consideration received for fuel supplied to non-resident airlines at airports. Here we have to understand two things. One, it is not applicable to the buyers who are non-resident airlines. If it is by Indian Airlines, it is applicable. Then you may ask, why they are favoring the non-resident airlines? That they are taking for all others, but if you are going to complicate your act, provisions and all that, most of the non-resident airlines will not take the fuel in India itself. That is why we want to keep fuel cost also cheaper in India. Otherwise, they will not take it anything. From the last call, they will from the airport, they will get it and they will come to India and they will leave it. So we will not get the business also. That is why non-resident. Moreover, they are not going to use any other methods because there automatically all this information will be available. That is why it is not favoring the non-resident airlines. We want to have the business of non-resident airlines. Fuel, they should take it from India. That is why it is kept like this. Okay, this is the thing. Now, once again, I want to make it very clear. If 48, I told you that GST to be included, I repeat it. For example, only one person purchased cars for say less than 9 lakhs and all that, 48 lakhs. And tax is, no, he purchased a car for something for 48 lakhs and tax rate is 28%. It comes to 53.76 or something like that. So, including GST, it exceeds, so it is to be tax to be collected. That is the meaning of that. Okay. Now, whoever has not taken my contact details, you can take it. Moreover, about my training program, brochure is available in the link. You can, the description it is given, link is given. You can take it, and whatever you want to discuss about the program, you can call me. Likewise, if you have any doubt about this TCS also, you can send email to me, and if it is very important, you can call me also. As far as the doubts and all that, you use the email, so I will get the correct information. I will answer you within a very short time as such. Thank you for patiently hearing me.